Hi everyone, Bernard here with another little citizen vlog, and it's another little look at the the lost world of Manchester City. So I mean, yeah, a few people seem to like this and enjoy it, and not a proper quiz with it, just a few questions when we're looking through certain items and certain articles on there as well. So sort of interest me and hopefully interest you of any ages. I mean, obviously memorabilia is very important, isn't it? It's it's good to look back at memorabilia, even if you're new, even a youngster. You know, it's good to look back at what we used to have in the old days. Obviously, about for football, and obviously in particular Manchester City is what I'm looking at here. So please, if you're new to the channel, please push the old subscribe button. That'll be great. Push the bell notifications there, wherever they are there. That'll be fantastic. And please, thumbs ups. Views are nice, but if you get a thumbs up, it's always nice, isn't it, to get a thumbs up? So please do that for me. And all the links, etc., are on the site for various vlogs and playlists. So please check that out if you get a chance. Right. So let's have a look at this. Let's have what we're going to look at today. Just three things today, three little items. The first one we're going to look at is something that I didn't do. I mean, we all remember the Airfix aeroplanes and bombers, and you could do Airfix things and you still get them now, can't you? Obviously, but in my day, obviously, my dad used to love doing the aeroplanes. We used to hang them in my bedroom when he did the aeroplanes. I didn't do it. My dad did it, and I just sort of got the fruits of his labour. You know, I could put them in my bedroom and hang them up. But obviously, they did a football version of it. So obviously, you can see like England and Germany on the front there, obviously from the World Cup, presumably. And what you did, obviously, you had to paint these figures. So just reading from this Got Not Got, ever since 1955 when they released their 1 to 72 Spitfire model kit, Airfix had been satisfying little boys' unquenchable thirst for creating World War II. You could paint up a box full of commandos or desert rats and painstakingly put together a Hamden bomber, though how you were supposed to stop the cement from clouding up the glass canopy of the cockpit was anyone's guess. Even more satisfying than the endless war was a 1/32 scale Airfix Sports series of Airfix footballers. Your chance to ditch khaki and grey for the far more exciting football colours of Cambridge blue, white and claret, and maybe even a few of those Oppo colours like yellow and puce and red. Up until the mid-70s, it wasn't too much trouble recreating miniature versions of the kits of the day, but things got a lot trickier after time. Go on, you try painting an even row of Umbro sleeve diamonds or a microscopic Saab logo over these tricky self-coloured stripes on a bloke who's just over 2 inches high. Long boring Sunday afternoons were the perfect time for creating a pair of Umbro sock turnovers until the double misery of last of the summer wine and the parental inquiry, "Have you got any homework, son?" reminded you that Monday morning was nearly upon us again. And yeah, you can still get these things on eBay as well. I mean, that's a great one in a brother kit there. Look at that. That's what do you imagine? Because they're only tiny, and I've seen people with these magnifying glasses and little very fine brushes. Obviously, you would need a fine brush and a steady hand as well. I mean, obviously, there's one with the Phillips kit there at the top. See the Phillips kit. So it brings you on to a couple of questions about this now. Just a little bit of fun. I'll give you the answers in a minute. When did Phillips come on board? So when did that Phillips sponsor City? What was the first season they sponsored? And do you know that? Just a little question on that. And who did they take over from? So who was actually on the shirt before Phillips took over? And also, obviously, we've got Brother, haven't we, there? So when did Brother come on board? When did they suddenly arrive? What year did they arrive? Just a little bit of fun. Just get your old memory going. See what you think about that. The next one we're going to look at is just they talk about Rosettes. Now, obviously, I was of a time. I mean, you look at the 81 one there. Obviously, that was when I was going to football. But obviously, I was 21, 22 myself then, so I wasn't going to wear a rosette. I mean, scarves, yeah. I mean, but I don't ever remember wearing a rosette as a kid. You know, I've seen rosettes, and you could still. The last rosette I got was obviously a rosette from the Haven camps. They used to give you a little rosette if you come first or second or whatever in their little competitions, etc. So that's the last time I saw them. But just looking into the rosette, just reading again from Got Not Got. In the olden days, British males over the age of 6 were only permitted to wear brown, grey, greeny brown, browny green, or in moments of extra flamboyance, navy. If a chap had worn a football jersey anywhere other than on a football field, he might have well been assumed to be quite insane and arrested for it. And the same applied to sporting any type of apparel other than a school blazer in a primary colour. Red socks or sky blue waistcoats, for example, were only ever sported by show-offs, buffoons and variety acts. So how to let it be known what side you were supporting in the big cup game on Saturday? That's where Rosettes came in. They were the acceptable face of partisanship in more restrained times. You don't get them anymore. Well, you certainly don't get them anymore. That's a great one. An 81 one though, isn't it? The 1981 Centenary Cup final. 69 one. I could have, if I was into that sort of thing, I could have had that one, couldn't I? And that's a nice one in maroon. I'm not sure, again, probably from the 60s. It could be the 50s, that one. That could be the 50s. But yeah, Rosettes. Whatever happened to Rosettes? I mean, it's like pennants, wasn't it? You used to get a lot of pennants and stuff like that. Yeah, and on to the last thing we're going to look at today. And it was obviously we're going to look at a couple of magazines that I used to buy as a kid, you know, football magazines. We're going to get onto them at some stage, but obviously in this it was the Charles Buchans Football Monthly. Now I do remember that. I do remember seeing these again, available on eBay. If you want some old memories and stuff, these sort of things available on eBay. But I think my dad used to sort of have these because I do remember seeing that layout. And obviously when I was younger. And the Charles Buchans Football Monthly obviously was a precursor to a couple of ones we're going to go on in future episodes of this that I obviously avidly bought and did enjoy. But Charles Buchans Football Monthly was the world's first monthly football magazine, unleashed on Britain's thrill-starved youth in September 1951. So 8 years before I was on the planet. Despite missing the start of his debut season, Charlie Buchans proved an instant hit. Here at last was some colour to brighten the grey post-war landscape, covered up the monochrome grown-up media. At least bright pastel colours were daubed over black and white photos to vivid effect. In an era when kids were only expected to speak when spoken to, Charlie undid the top button of his sports jacket and did his best to address the Herberts. Even from the standpoint of 60 years on, the magazine's format is strikingly familiar, suggesting Charlie's editorial team got it pretty much right first time. There's analysis and tips from ex-pros, other enthusiastic scribblers, there's page-sized posters for the bedroom wall, and interviews with players who aren't allowed to say anything. Thumbing now through Charlie's back pages, he provides a unique window into an unrecognisable world of side partings, of V-neck shirts, of rugby boots and weirdly recoloured violet irises. From the magazine's perspective, football was steering into choppy waters when Buchan himself died in 1960, leaving the monthly rudderless in the face of tidal changes such as footballers demanding a minimum wage, shocking, and suddenly not all agreeing to sport leather hair. Although it limped on until 1974, I mean, obviously, as I said, I didn't buy it myself. Obviously, there was a couple of others I bought. It limped on until 74. Football Monthly never stood a chance against a new generation, there we go, of marginally more readable comics and magazines put together by people who had heard of the Rolling Stones. Shoot, goal. There you go. It proves anything. It's probably that in retrospect, every age seems like a golden age, provided you attend. So yeah. I say, if you ever thought, I mean, they're not expensive. You can get copies on. It's just great to get a copy and have a look on them. And as you say, it was the sort of not really colourful. They took an image and coloured it in, sort of thing, which is really good. But have a look at those three images there. I mean, again, just a little bit of fun. Bert Troutman. When did City sign Bert Troutman? You should know that one if you watched The Keeper, etc. It was towards the end of a year. What year did Bert Troutman sign? There's that one. Look how much this one is. 1 and 6. What's 1 and 6? What is it in new money? Come on. What is it now? What would it be in pennies, new pence? What is 1 and 6? So what's that? 1 and 6 there. Another little question. And of course, you've got this guy. And I'm not going to ask who he is. All I want to know is who his son was. His son played for City, so if you know this guy, you'll know who his son was. So his father, obviously a big connection with City away from the playing side as well. He had a big connection with City, but who was his son? So that's another question. Okay, so we all enjoyed that today. Anyway, the three things, the Rosettes, the Airfix stuff, and the Buchans Football Monthly, which are quite interesting. As I say, I may even go out and buy, when I've got a little bit of spare cash, might even go buy a copy or two myself and just relive the 50s. And there was a one on here with a United player on the front. I'm not going to buy one with a United player on the front, that's for sure. Anyway, what were these little questions I asked into? Obviously about Phillips, wasn't it? About the Phillips shirts. But who did they follow? So obviously there's sort of the first programme obviously promoting Phillips in August 27th, 1984. So who did they follow? This was one of the last programmes from the season before. So they followed Saab, obviously. So Saab, that's from May 84. So he went from Saab, there, spot the join, to Phillips in August 87. August 84, that would have been a big jump, didn't it? I'm perhaps giving something away there, aren't I? So, and of course, we've got Wonderful Brother, haven't we, which is on that image as well. We've got the Great Brother kit there. So, when did they come on board? Well, this is the first home programme from... Is it the first home? Probably it's an early home programme anyway, because they've got the Brother kit on the shirts here. August 87. So Brother came on board in August. And that's that. And the other questions obviously from Mr. Troutman. Obviously Bert Troutman signed for City in 1949, November 1949. And 1 and 6. Did you know that one? 1 and 6 is, in today's money, 7.5p. So we had to, don't forget, we had to take 12 pennies and put them into 5 pence was a shilling. So 12 pennies was a shilling, so 5p was equivalent to a shilling. So 1 and 6 was easy, it was halfway, wasn't it? So it's 2.5p for the sixpence and 5p for the shilling. So that's 7.5p in today's money. They are learning something extra on these little vlogs, don't you? And of course, the player is Ken Barnes, obviously, who went on to be on the back, obviously on the playing, coaching staff, etc., at City, scouting, etc. And his son, of course, was Peter Barnes, who played for City. So did you know that? Anyway, thanks for that. I hope you enjoyed that little delve into the not got. I always say got. And yeah, I think this is still available. Derek Hammond and Gary Silk, great. Some memories, and I'll do another one, and join me again for another look at that in a future episode, please. For everything about City, please follow me on Twitter. I try to follow everyone back at nostalgia_movie or at Charles Dineen, spelt DINNN. You can follow me on either of those. They're linked together, and all the stuff I post on one I usually post onto the other as well. So, and I'm also on Facebook at Dineen with links to Movie Game Nostalgia, my nostalgia.com, my little website for old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, and some board games as well. So if you get a chance to get on there, absolutely fantastic. Be much appreciated. Anyway, check the links below. And I'm doing this on a phone today because my laptop's frizzed and I've got to wait to try and get a new laptop. So at the moment I've done this on my phone. I hope it's okay. I hope it's come out okay. And so if there's any slight difference, that's probably why. And I can't put all certain details on the phone that I can put on my laptop when I post these things. So bear with me while I obviously trying to earn a bit of money so I can buy myself a new laptop. There you go. Hard times. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please, whatever you're going to do with the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family, and especially at these times, let's all look after each other. This is Bernard saying, thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.